Morning, good morning, good morning. Don't be shy, say hi. Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. So I hope you guys had a wonderful rest up full weekend. Not worried, but it will be now. But no, I hope everybody's feeling rested and you guys coming in here and bringing some of the good energy from outside in here. So it can make some shmoneys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Goals, you guys been working on your goal stuff and holding each other accountable. I will say last week I fell a little bit short of doing what I wanted to do, but are you guys at least being mindful of your goals? We're gonna talk about some goals first. Yeah. Ansel and Mike, you guys been checking in?
We need to do a little bit more of this, to be honest, but
Yeah, having them is one thing, but staying on top of them is really what makes them happen. So, Kenny, I know your person's a distant person. Have you reached out to Claire?
Yes, we've talked a few times through the week. Not much, but we definitely check in on each other.
Okay. How
She
you
looks
coming
and
along?
seems to be hitting her goals. So,
Okay.
okay.
What about you?
Me, my goal, I fell short. I mean, by one, I fell short by like a couple 180 feet, but it's another week.
Right. And that's the thing, adjusting your goals so that you can hit them, just not leaving them to the side because you can always adjust them. But that focus is the biggest thing. What about you, Miss Ashley?
Well, I don't have medicine today. But I'll talk to him when I do.
Uh-huh.
We do keep in touch. He's good about keeping in touch in between his calls and stuff.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, we'll work on some goal stuff. And out there in TV land, make sure that you are reaching out to your accountability partner and keeping up with your goal stuff.
It's an accountability partner.
What is an accountability partner?
Anybody?
partner that holds you accountable.
He's brilliant and handsome.
Mike Shimoski, ladies and gentlemen.
Why are accountability partners important?
They won't let you slip. Keep you on track. Keep you focused.
Who's the easiest person to let slip?
Yourself.
Right? I know that my daughter's got a due date. I'm on her ass. You know, if I got a due date, I'm kind of tired and I could technically do it tomorrow if I want to. And maybe I'll just, all right.
Cancel.
How are we feeling?
Right?
Really good. Good morning, Nelson. Good morning, Madison.
We got Madison, we got Nelson, you said?
He said, good morning. I'm saying good morning, Brian. Good morning.
Got a little team going on around here. How are your guys' weekends?
Splendid.
Anything
Tampa
special
won.
happen?
Tampa would.
Tampa, Bucks,
Lightning did too.
sports ball, sports puck, sports teams. Go. Yeah.
I saw a gorgeous car this weekend.
Yeah?
I said I saw a gorgeous car this weekend.
Where?
What time?
At a filling station. It was a Jaguar. It was so gorgeous.
Where were you?
So sleek. I was in Newport Richie.
Hannah's in Newport Richie. She sees a car. Jaguar.
Yes.
Where were you when you saw the car?
At the filling station getting gas.
Filling station, getting gas. How was the weather during the day?
The weather during the day, it was slightly cloudy, not too hot, not too cold.
Not too hot, not too cold. You're putting gas in the car. Filling station. You look to the left or to the right?
I look over to the left, and this real nice looking guy is getting out of this car.
So let's stop for a second.
It ain't the car, it's the guy.
Wow.
It's the car.
Charming gentleman now.
There's a lot that we get with Tell Me More. So, Hannah, weekend, filling gas, a little bit overcast out, but she's feeling all right. She glances to her left.
Car's gorgeous.
Handsome gentleman stepping out of a
Jaguar, a long, sleek, stylish Jaguar.
How did it make you feel?
I was like leaning to the side so that I could take a look at it so I could see it. And then whenever he finally got his gas and got in the car and left, I actually turned around to watch the car. I followed it, so it looked working.
I know we're laughing, but when we see a really pretty car, at least me too, I'm like,
Yes.
makes you want to hug it.
Yes.
Can't drive it, but.
Sounds like a good highlight from the weekend. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Hannah could have just said, I saw a car, cool, Jaguar. And how much would we have gotten out of that story?
Right.
But no, instead we asked a few follow-up questions. Well, what was it like? What was the weather like? How did it feel? Who else was there? What color?
It was like a smoky looking gray, and he had a Buccaneer shirt on.
Sleek,
Jersey.
fast looking car,
Sleek.
gorgeous.
It was.
Wearing shirt, the weather was such, the adjectives were strong. And now we feel
Mhm.
a little bit of what Hannah meant when she said, I saw a car.
Wow.
We connected any dots?
Mm-hmm.
So there's always more. But it's up to us to get more if you care. Part of our job is caring. Part of the process is to get people to open up and talk, right? So that we can get to know about them. And, I put a lot of thought into all different parts of the process and how we teach it and how it gets communicated. And sometimes I find myself thinking, maybe I'm not doing a good enough job painting the picture. So I want you guys to be aware that oftentimes in the meetings, I am doing the thing that I'm trying to teach you guys to do. Okay? Now, that's awareness. There's another piece to the awareness. And this is where we got to be thinkers. We got to be salespeople, because I realize that it would be very easy to take that script and believe, let's take Mod 2, for example, that it's a checklist. And if you believe that the words on the page are a checklist of things that you have to hit, then guess what it's going to sound like? A checklist, right? The why behind Mod 2 is to get them to open up and to talk about themselves, to find that thing that gets them to talk about, that get the conversation going so that everything else becomes easier. And I don't get to listen to enough calls as much as I would like to. But sometimes I get in there and I hear, where are you from? How long have you lived there? Wow, that's really great. I like this about that place. Are you married? Cool. Are you not married? Cool. Or do you have this? All right. Okay, great. Are you retired or working? What do you do now? Okay, great. And it becomes this checklist. It feels like we're going through something to make check marks.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could be less gray, but it is what it is. Either grasp or you don't grasp. You could ask one question in report 2, in Mod 2. One question. If it was the right question and it resulted in 10 minutes of banter, and not ask another one. Well, how do I know, Andrew, if I should or I shouldn't? That's knowing what the process is. When you get into a conversation with somebody and it's how long you lived there, that's an icebreaker. Chances are you're not going to get 10 or 15 minutes out of how long you lived there. What do you like about it? Tell me more. Oh man, that's fantastic. I always wanted, if I ever visit there, what's the one thing I got to do? Fantastic. Oh, thanks for telling me that. Chances are you're going to get a little bit there, right? Because it's an icebreaker. It's to get your foot in the door. Now you start getting into family, and it may be, a lot of times it's the kids, right? But are we asking the kids' names? What are the kids like? Is one of your favorite? Is the other one? I got 2 kids. I like one better. Silliness. But you get them to open up and to talk. A lot of times we get to a point where we're so worried about the next thing that we're going to say that we're not actively listening to what they say. And there's a bunch of reasons why that's okay. But it's only okay until you're aware of it so that it doesn't continue to happen. Because if it becomes your habit, you're never having impact on anybody. Right? And then you're taking up the time you're supposed to. But really, you're just like a surveyor. If I was on the other line of some of them, I'd be like, what do you... Come on. I would get to the point. What's the point? But if there's an interest and there's a follow-up and there's a tell me more, and then there's a story that I'm giving back with some praise, certainty and decision, and now we're moving, okay, now it's organic, right? We're talking. So remember that active listening is so important to understanding how to execute in the mods where rapport can happen anywhere. So active listening is important anywhere, but If I'm giving you blah, blah, yeah, I lived here that long, blah, why do you like it? I don't know, never lived anywhere else. Blah, married? No. Blah, have kids? Yeah. 2, what are their names? Blah. What do you like to do for fun? Man, I love to fish. That stripped away for a second. You love to fish. Tell me more. I know, I live in Florida. I hear about fishing all the time. Personally, I don't fish very much, but it's something I want to do. What do you love about fishing? Now, they're going to open up and start talking to you about what they love about fishing because you hit on the thing. Their voice changed. A lot of times it's with the kids, of course, right? Hopefully it's with the kids a lot because that's at the end of the day, that gives us kind of what we want moving forward. We know who they're trying to protect, who they love, why this is important for certain. The decision that they're making is important. But we gotta be salespeople on our feet. Sometimes we get so processed, and it's my own doing here, process, that we forget about the why behind the process, right? For new folks that are coming out, listen closely to the people around you and how they talk. Kenny is an excellent rapport builder. And he gets into conversations. And that's what you want to have. You want to be in those conversations so that you can move forward feeling like you have somebody on your team. Does this make sense? Am I being too... It's a fine line now. You start going too far this way. And are you married? Do you have this? Do you have that? What about this? You go too far over this way, and you start talking to them for 40 minutes, and you've gone too far. You invented final expense. New folks, when you take your first call, they don't know what you don't know. But you know what final expense is. That's enough. In the beginning, that's enough. A lot of times people will come out and be successful at first. First day, first couple calls, they get a policy. Now, some people will say beginner's luck. You guys know what beginner's luck is? I know some of you guys do because I've talked about it before, but for the folks that aren't in here, do you know what beginner's luck is? Well, first of all, it's a cliche. How do things become cliche? They're so true that people say them so much that eventually people who don't want to hear truth say, that's cliche. Right? Think of a new way of saying something that's true. Tell me 2 + 2 = 4 in a new way, because that way's old, and then I'll believe you. Right? So beginner's luck is a cliche. Now, that's not enough for me. I'm a little bit autistic in this way. I want to know why. Why is it so true? Why did it become a thing? How did it become a thing? And over time, I was able to figure it out. And I like it when I figure stuff out. Ooh, look at me. I figured a thing out. I'm cool. See, one of the only times I get to do that, by the way. Beginner's luck applies in a lot of different places, but let's put it in the job, okay? In the job, any job, a person comes out, and in the beginning, they don't know what they don't know. But they're excited. They got a job. They want to be great. And they get out there, and it's just like, oh, shit. Let's give my best. And it just starts going. And you start talking, and sometimes you don't even know, but you got to dance. You got to move. And you're just excited to be there. And a good thing happens. And negative people might say beginner's luck, but all it is enthusiasm and excitement to be doing the thing you're doing. And that alone will give you success, will help you to be successful. Now, as you start to know, as you start to hear the word know, first one was K-N-O-W, second one was N-O, you start to think, well, maybe I need to do this, or maybe I need to try that. Or maybe I need to bring my Lord here. Or maybe I need to do this more here. You start overthinking it, right? And that's where some traps come in down the road. But in the beginning, people have success because they're excited to be doing the thing. So be excited about doing the thing. All the time. Veterans, new people, be excited about, have enthusiasm in what you're doing, and you will instantaneously increase the chances of success quite a bit without knowing anything. Now, as we learn and we know, If we're smart, we apply that the right way. But if it's very easy to lose the enthusiasm, right? When you lose the enthusiasm, you take away those shots. You could become a genius of final expense. You know everything. You're a process ninja. You know it all. But I've been doing it for a few months now, and morning was kind of tough. And I'm just going to I'm good enough to know. I know what this person's going to say or not say. I know if they're going to buy or not buy. You start putting those things in your head, and you set yourself up to manifest self-fulfilling prophecies, guys. And we have so many calls, and we say it so many times. Nothing that anybody says to you until you effectively build rapport is the truth. The reason we say that is because they don't know yet. They don't know what they don't know. They are unaware of the brilliance that you're about to pour into their day. They're unaware that they are about to be better when they hang up the phone, whether they buy something or not, because they got a chance to talk to you. They're unaware. But what they are aware of is on any given day, the phone may ring and it's some jabroni ass on the other end saying something about something that doesn't matter. They know that. They've experienced that. They've thought about how to get out of that. And until you effectively build rapport, you are that. So I'm busy. Me too. Keep going. I'm driving. Stay focused. Keep going. I've got insurance. Fantastic. Keep going. There's not a thing that can be said before we build rapport that can be taken as fact, including, I heard about this final expense thing, Andrew. Give me as much as you got. Fantastic. Keep going. Because they don't know yet. Matter of fact, you guys ever get that one? Execute the process harder. Make sense? A little bit of sense? Kenny Rios last week, #1 in the biz. Hey. 8400 AP. 10 policies clear, 10 policies, 7,200 AP. Nice job.
Okay.
Clear. Accountability partner.
Right.
Some exciting new folks in the building getting ready to go. As I am kind of just digging through and get here in the morning, kind of just running over some numbers and looking at who did what and why, I do see a lot of opportunity for us though. Because not one person, count them, not one, easy to count, it's not one person had 25 hours talk time last week. Now, it could be argued a little bit because boy, Ocho was right underneath it. I know he had some cell phone time, so he was. But as far as the thing goes here, not over 25. Kenny had a couple hours, so he was a little bit over it. I got Brian Townsend, probably same thing, a little bit over it. But for the point of the conversation, I'm not #1 in the business. You suck. No. So there's a reason why 25 is the number right now. Okay, and 25 is the number because we know that you may have to do a little thing on your cell phone for an hour or two. All right, you may make a call from a place that isn't on the dial. I get that. That's why it's not 30. If I knew for certain that everything was set up perfectly with our systems and everything that we have for you to be able to live in there like we want to and like we're trying to get to, the number would be 30. The number wouldn't be 25. Number's 25 because I know there's some things that could happen, right? Number's 25 also because if we're not putting 25 hours of talk time up every week, then what are we all here to do? We're all here to make money. Everyone raises their hand, yay! And then I say, well, because saying the thing is one thing. Does anybody remember the 3 things we got to do to be in alignment?
Speech.
And action.
So alignment is a powerful thing, and it's a meeting for another day, because I won't shut up when I get going on alignment. But it's a very, very, we'll touch on some highlights, Ocho. It's a very, very powerful thing, because it's not tangible energy and magic that happens when you're in alignment. When one is in alignment, things unfold before them in a way that does not happen when they are not in alignment. When one is in alignment, their physical body is literally vibrating just a little bit higher than it was when you weren't in alignment. And all the opportunity, all the things that are right there that have always been there for you and always will be there for you, you can't see them. You don't know they exist. You run the risk of turning into that person that woes me a lot. This happened, that happened, this is why that happened, and I would have done this if that happened, or that happened, or that. But when we're in alignment, all of a sudden you see it all. All of a sudden you become the person that you've always said, that person's so lucky. Everything seems to go their way. I don't get it. Alignment is when your words, your thoughts, and your actions all match. It's when your words, your thoughts, and your actions all match up. It's not a real easy thing to do, but it's just like anything else that's worth doing. It's worth doing poorly until you can do it well. And everything worth doing starts with the awareness of what it is. The awareness of what it is. So if we become nothing else but a little bit more aware today of what alignment is, we got a little bit better. But it's when you think a thing. I'm going to work really hard today on asking follow-up questions in Mod 2, telling good stories and praising. And then you get on that first call and you do it. And then you go to hold the door for somebody and they say, thank you. No, thank you. You look great today. Now your words and your actions are matching the thought. You're a little bit more in alignment. Now you get back on that next call, you do it again. Your words, your thoughts, your actions start to be in alignment. The more they are, the more the rhythm gets set. The more in alignment you are. And when you're in alignment, things that I can't put on paper or hand you to touch happen. And the right calls come. That person gets the good calls. Guys, I promise you, if I knew which ones were the good calls, it would be a totally different biz. Doesn't exist. That's what the process is. That's what the process was made for. Words, thoughts, and actions are in alignment. I'm going to get 25 hours of talk time this week. What does it look like? You thought the thought. You said the words out loud to your accountability partner. Now, what are the actions? And I'm going to try to do a little bit better job in these meetings of not just saying the things, but helping to equip you guys with the tools to be able to do them. Because it's very easy for me to speak passionately about something that I believe in and make you guys feel it. It's one of the things I'm able to do, good or bad. I can paint the picture and make someone feel. But in all of the experiences that I've ever had, whether it be public speaking or listening to a public speaker or reading something that motivates me or whatever it is, if I don't have a set of tools to then figure out how to keep that feeling all the time, it starts to go away because of habit of self. And that's okay. I do it too. Everyone does it. Habit of self. Yes, words, thoughts, actions. Let's go. Boom. We walk out there. We sit down. Words, thoughts, actions. First call comes. Text message from baby's mama. Thing happens over here. Call's not good. Something over, all of a sudden, words, thought, actions, that's way back there. And I'm back to the habit of myself, which isn't always a bad thing, right? But this kind of stuff is like bathing. We got to do it every day because it wears off. And I'm aware it wears off. So I've got some great people around me that have helped me understand that giving you guys the tools to do some of the things we talk about is important. I'm going to try to do a better job of that. An example would be saying, we got to set great goals. Here's why goals are important, having a great meeting about goals. Well, no, let's come in and let's do what are goals, right? How are they written? Let's team up with an accountability partner. Let's write them down. Let's review them again next week. That's where I got to get better. And I'm going to keep working to try and get better in that regard because you guys are worth it. And I'm worth it. And if we make these steps in growth, AEP is a byproduct. The paycheck that you want to have 2 weeks, 4 weeks from now is a byproduct. And that's a tough one to get across. I try to get it across, though, because it makes the process fun. Doesn't, oh, man, I'm not real good in this mod, or I don't know what I'm doing. It makes it all fun. So for you new guys that are learning, have fun. Phone rings, you're going to tell them about a final expense product that they didn't know existed. You're going to get to know them. You can ask them some health questions to see what they qualify for and how much they should get. You're gonna quote them, they're gonna say yes. You're gonna get their information, take them through underwriting, next call. That is what we do over here. Right? The process and how to execute it properly is over here. And we dance in the middle. We dance in the middle. All right? Words, thoughts, actions. 25 hours talk time. Minimum. I cannot be great if you guys aren't great. And I'm pretty passionate about being great. A lot of things I want to do. Need you guys to be great. Ansel Simmons, how you feeling? Great. Good answer, Ansel. Good answer, Ansel. Angela Loftus, how you feeling?
Incredible.
Incredible adjectives, feeling words. Susan, how you feeling?
Outstanding.
Outstanding, I love it. Ocho?
Grateful.
Grateful. All right. Guys, go out there today. Do the things you know you got to do. If you don't know what to do, raise your hand. We'll help you out. Then you'll know. Then do it. Simple. Let's win the first hour, okay? Go out there and be great the first hour and let it ride into the second hour. All right? First policy of the day, new business, $50. You got greatness in your heart.
Yeah.
Let's go. Plus, today's the day I'm doing payroll, so it behooves you guys to make me happy.
All right, let's go.
My errors happen much more frequently when I'm
Madison, I'm
upset.
gonna reload
Just
a
kidding, by the way. I never make
live.
errors.
I'm
I'm gonna reload
trying
the
to
live.
figure out how you got like you.
Oh, Jesus. We'll talk later.
I want to do it. I want